All right, I'm going to talk about the keto diet right now and low carb. Why I'm speaking about this is because first of all, there is a major difference between the low carb diet and keto diet that you need to know about. But just also, people don't understand low carb. And it hit me, like my aunt started doing low carb like 20 years ago. And she told me to start it, and I would start and stop and start and stop. And I will always start and stop because I know it's a lifestyle, but I am a severe carbohydrate addict. And I like my carbs. So, I'm going to use this for when I need to drop weight quickly or when I want to maintain. But there are times when I don't care. I won't cut off right in the middle when I was saying I don't care, I'm going to eat my cake. But I was at an event last week. It was about reviving Louisville's neighborhoods, and that I wanted to have a good time, but of course I was on my diet then, and there was free wine and free everything, and I was not in the best of moods, and I didn't eat before I left, and there was not a salad. It was pizza and wine. So I didn't have fun with talking with certain people in the government. The government was there, of course, because you can't plan anything without the government. But I was leaving, and I was walking out with a fellow sister, not my sister by my mother, but a fellow sister. And my mood changed because we were both talking about how we were on a diet and how we were both needed to get out of there and get something to eat immediately. And we both found out that each of us were doing low carb. She was doing low carb and I was doing keto. And then we were talking about what we were going to go eat. And she said, well, I'm going to go to McDonald's and get a side salad. And I was like, oh, that's good. And then she said, and some chicken tenders. And my heart kind of stopped because I was like, that's not low carb. And she said, that's for her protein. And I wanted to say, you're ruining your diet. I mean, it's okay if you're doing calorie counting. If she's calorie counting, that's okay. But if she's doing low carb and she's getting chicken tenders, which are breaded. So I did not tell her that she was ruining her diet if she was doing low carb because, number one, we're walking out of an event. I'm already not in the mood, and she probably isn't in the mood either. We were just both saying, yay, we're both on a diet, and I just let her walk away. But I felt bad because you can't have chicken tenders unless they're not breaded. And actually, I would never eat chicken from a fast food joint because chicken they always brine it or season it with sugar. So if you're doing low carb or keto, it's, you do that when you're desperate and you just hope that you don't go over your 15 grams of carbs. Some people can get 30 grams of carbs in a day, depending on where they are in the low carb diet. With keto, it's even stricter. She mentioned protein. Well, with keto diet, you have a limited amount of proteins and a limited amount of carbs that you are allowed to have in an allotted day. There are calculators for that, to calculate your own personal amount, but I don't do that. I just keep it simple. With keto, your food is supposed to be 70 to 80% fat. Not protein, not carbs, fat. That's the reason why there was this whole craze on YouTube about people eating whole sticks of butter, about people putting butter in their coffee. It's because you have to get your daily intake must be 70 to 80% fat to be keto. So if you go to my Instagram page, you will look and you will see a lot of the foods I eat, and you will see all the foods that I've eaten for the last 17 days. I've been doing this for 17 days now. And you will notice that my food has not been, in the last week, has not been 70 to 80% fat. Now, when I had my bone broth, that was different. But when I started eating salads, that's low carb. That's not really keto. I tried to get in as much fat as possible, but on the go, it's very hard, which is why people carry around sticks of butter with them and drink coffee all day. I don't do that. My body can only take a certain amount of caffeine, so I don't do that often. I had to do it once. Literally. So everybody's walking in now, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. Basically, if it is breaded, if it is fried with a crust on it, or breaded, like fried chicken, you can fry chicken without actually putting flour on it. I've done it. It's nice. It's good. It's keto, and it is low carb. Low carb, keto can be low carb, but low carb is not necessarily keto. Remember, you can have protein on low carb. Keto, you have to watch every bit of protein you have, because it can mess you up. It could actually take you out of ketosis. Protein can. You want to burn fat, reject carbs. Best way to do it is to have your body always burning fat. So I had to switch rooms. Basically, if you are doing keto, 70 to 80% fat is what you're going for. Read a label. If something says it's only 50% fat, that means you're going to have to add more fat to your diet that day. If you are low carb and you're doing the first 2 weeks, I know the first 2 weeks they try to keep you in at 15 to 30 of carbs a day, 15 grams. I forgot what the measurement is, because I'm doing keto and my brain is not always there. But yeah, you want to keep that down, the carbs down, but you can have as much protein and as much fat as you want. If you are counting calories, then you have to count your calories. As I said before, you can have things that are fried. They just can't be breaded and fried. It can't be like Kentucky Fried Chicken. It has to be chicken that you fried without putting flour on it. You know what I mean? Some people do almonds and stuff like that. I don't like doing that when I'm trying to lose a lot of weight quickly. If you're doing it slowly, or if you're doing it as a lifestyle, then of course, make those substitutions. But it's not worth the substitutions if you have 27 days like I do. You gotta pull out all the stops, do whatever it takes. And technically, I should not have had a drink on Saturday. I had more than one drink on Saturday when it was my day on. I had Patron. Patron actually is supposed to not go into your system quickly, but yeah. Okay, so that chat just got interrupted by a phone call. That was a mistake. What I was going to say is yes, you can drink on keto and low carb. It's not best. It's not best for your body. It's not best for a lot of things. But you can, as long as you have something that doesn't raise your insulin level and is low carb, that is okay. It's just not going to be your best weight loss day. I prefer tequila straight up. It's made with agave that does not go into your, doesn't break down into your blood that well. So, it's like low carb. Red wine is okay. I know that on the 24th, I will be at Copper and Kings. I know I'm going to drink, and I know they... All right, so here's the thing. The 24th, I am going to take off. It's like the Chicago rap mixtape thing that's going on at Copper and Kings. And I've planned for this event. After that, I only have 3 days until my party. So I am going to more than likely go all liquids after that, because it just doesn't. Keto works well when you do it for an extended period of time, but within a 3-day period, no. You need at least 2 weeks to have some kind of nice difference. And like I said, if you go hard with keto or with low carb, you are going to have great results. So, I am gonna, it's good for, like I said, for a month or for 2 weeks at a time, but I wouldn't do this as a 3-day diet. No, it actually, your body has to take time to adjust. So it works fast, but it's not something that's best for something that's less than 2 weeks. Maybe you can give yourself a week, but if it's a week, it's just usually just there are other fast diets to do for that. If it's your lifestyle, then there are whole different rules. There are different adjustments. You can do substitutions. I don't do substitutions because it's not my lifestyle, and because I am doing this to do it quickly. So, let me see. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, there are better diets for like events if you're doing it within a week. And keto is a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle. I mean, it's not like I'm not going to do it again. Okay, so something really weird happened to the last like 6 chats that I had. They all went black. Which means something, I don't know, but I guess I'll put this in here instead and say I always attach my Instagram to my Snapchats. So if you want to see what I eat, please join me on Instagram. Join me here for my Snapchats, but if you want to see exactly what I'm eating, go to my Instagram page. Follow me here, follow me there, follow me on YouTube. On YouTube, I'm My Royal Family 4. And that's it. My diet is my diet, and that's all, you guys. God, being in this knife is really freaking weird. But I guess we